What's happening, people? Very disappointing result. In the end, look, you come that close to a big win at Stamford Bridge, you got to look at it as 2 points dropped, man. And now the emotion's out the game. You have to look at it like it was like the same old. Like Jose actually had no problems with the starting 11. You could argue that maybe Lindelof for Bailly, etc. But really, it's a toss-up between the two because he doesn't know who he prefers. It's a flip of a coin, so I had no qualms there. I like the fact that he included Mata and obviously Martial, and those two players today shone. They showed why they should be in the team more often, more consistently, and they were really good. The first half, like, to me, same old. I can't say we've turned the corner because I'm still seeing the same traits. Like, in the first half, we just played a half-court press. We just let Chelsea be comfortable on the ball. We were shocking in transition. We weren't really looking to go forward or create anything. And we just allowed Chelsea to play. Matic in the first half, I thought it was the worst I've seen him play in the United shirt. Luckily for him, he stepped it up in the second half, as did the team. But especially in the first half, I thought he was really poor. And the goal, Pogba, he let himself down, man. He let himself down. He should have obviously let Rudiger go, and then we go into the half 1-0 down. I'm looking at it thinking, we need a spark, we need something. I don't know whether it was Jose who laid into the players or whether the players took it upon themselves, but we had that little bit more belief. And I was saying to Rant, sitting next to me, like, in the first half, why are we not pressing? Why are we allowing these to play? It's all good picking attacking players, but if the system that you implement is negative and defensive and boring and slow, then it doesn't matter who you have in the system. And that's what I thought of the first half. And when we showed that belief, lo and behold, we start playing well. It's kind of like, why can't we play good for 90 minutes? It is the same old. And even though we got to 2-1, and it was obviously brilliant at that stage, and you're thinking, just hold on. The fact that we've conceded, it's the same thing. Set pieces again. We can't defend them. We just can't. And that to me is the same old. Like, although technically coming here and getting a point kind of changes what it's been like over the last few years. But if you're looking at our actual performance and attention to detail and our concentration, it ended up being the same thing. Because if this result would have been against West Ham or Bournemouth or someone that wasn't Chelsea, who we haven't travelled well to, we would all be saying, for God's sake, we've drawn away from home against, etc., etc. So it's hard. We've got to take the emotion out of it. You have to look at it and think to yourselves, well, yeah, it's a good point. But in that position, being 2-1 up with that long left to go in the game, and to concede that goal from naivety, same thing. And even to concede the free kick there, we've let the passion get the better of ourselves, and that passion has ended up turning into naivety. Because if we manage the game better and see it out, we don't concede that free kick. We had a chance maybe to make it 3-1. I'm not going to blame Herrera for that. Look, he done well to get into the position, and it was a decent save. But if you're looking at the positives, Martial, I mean, anyone who says that Martial shouldn't be here, that he's got a poor attitude, he worked his socks off today and he was fantastic. He was brilliant. So just miss out all of that chat. You see 2 composed finishes. He's starting to get confident and he needs that run of games. If you give him confidence, the guy will play well. That's what we're starting to see. You know what, Ashley Young, now a lot of people gave him some stick. For this performance, I thought he had a really good game. I did. You may disagree with me and let me know if you do, and I want to know why. But for me, he's playing against Hazard. He's the best player in the league right now. And for me, Hazard, you're never going to shut him out the whole game for the whole 90 minutes. I know we've done that one-off thing with Herrera, but by and large, with the form that he's in now, I think Ashley Young did well. I thought that he was strong in his tackle. Yeah, he got the yellow card early on for, again, letting Hazard know he was there. But Hazard didn't have loads of shots. He didn't make loads of key passes. I don't think he lit it up as much as he's been doing in the last 3 or 4 games for Chelsea. So credit to Ashley Young for that. Like, feel free to disagree with me on that, but I think Ashley Young had a very good game, in my opinion. Pogba redeemed himself after obviously losing Rudiger, and it was his fault for the Chelsea first goal. But the second half, I thought he got on the ball more. And Mata, I thought he was sensational. He's just, just his brain, his football brain. And, he's playing as a number 10. We've been asking for him to play number 10 for such a long time, and we never see it. Smalling, again, I thought was assured. Lindelof gave a decent account of himself, but where we let ourselves down was set pieces, man. We can't defend like that. What are we working on a training field? And that lack of mentality in terms of conceding that goal in the last minute, that to me seems like the same old, because you have to see it like that, because it is the same old outcome. We can't defend, and that's what we've seen. That's been the theme this season. So I'm not going to let the wool be pulled over my eyes in terms of that. In terms of turning a corner, I need to see more. I need to see it over a longer period of time. Against Newcastle, we threw the kitchen sink at the game, so I'm not classing that as a turnaround. And this, you could have classed it as a turnaround if we'd won the game, but we haven't. We haven't. At the end of the day, we came and put in a 40-minute good performance. 40 minutes. Out of 90, we've performed for 40, and that's not good enough. So moving forward, if we do the same against Juventus, we won't get a positive result as well. We'll end up, losing or drawing, because you can't play good for 40 minutes. You can't play good for 45 minutes. It's got to be done over 90, 95 minutes, however's left of the game. You can't. I thought Rashford had a bad game today. For me, I would have made that Alexis change a lot earlier. I would have taken off Rashford. Fair play to him. He done well to pick out Martial for the goal, for Martial's second goal. But apart from that, I thought he was poor. He didn't want to go past players. He didn't want to be direct. He didn't want to go at Alonso. And I really thought he would have. So he had a bad game. And Matic redeemed himself, like I said, because in the first half, honestly, he was having an absolute mare. But now the emotion's gone out of the game. I think I've managed to kind of look at it in terms of we weren't. I don't know. I can't say we've turned the corner. There were so many bits of that performance. Picking the attacking lineup was good from Jose, but then the tactics were poor. It was the same old. Like, we just sat back. The first half was really bad, and we can't keep having these crap first half and then decent second half. We've got to be good from the off. What I will commend Jose on is the fact that, like I said, he did pick Martial and he did pick Mata. And Mata was fantastic against Newcastle in the second half, as was Martial. So they done well to keep their places. And Alexis has got to fight his way back in. But if Fellaini wasn't fit today, who knows? I think he probably would have started. And, his height would have probably helped today, especially from set pieces. We underestimate Chelsea from their set pieces today because, they're clearly good at them. But, our midfield would have looked a hell of a lot different, obviously, if Fellaini would have started. And then under those tactics would have been even worse because we wouldn't have used Fellaini how I would have liked to use him, which is, pinging it into him and getting players around him and working off that. We would have just had him as an actual ball-playing midfielder and probably would have been even slower than we were today. So, all in all, look, it's a point, and I predicted a draw, to be fair. So, from that point of view, I've got to look at it like I got what I asked for, but being that close to a win, I don't know, man. That's a massive kick in the teeth, and for me, it's 2 points dropped. I don't believe we've turned a corner yet. I need to see it. I need to see more. I'm not going to just change my opinion. I still think Jose Soldal's down the river slightly in terms of he picked an attacking team, but he played defensively again. So he hasn't changed. But we showed some passion. We showed some fight. And hopefully we take that into the Juventus game. But if we play again with half a game playing well against Juventus, we're not going to get the result we want. We need to play well for 90 minutes. We have to start playing well for 90 minutes. That's my biggest bugbear right now. Guys, thanks for watching. Drop your views and comments in the boxes below. Let me know what you think about players. I haven't done the play ratings, but let me know what you think. I know that the Ashley Young one's a big one, so let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. I will see you guys on Tuesday after Juventus.